Hello, everybody, and welcome back to my channel. I am Erica, or Ricky Mickey Plans, and I'm planning for another week because the weeks keep coming, so I keep planning. This is the week of January 27th, and it is the week we finish January of 2025, which is great. And we move into February. February 2nd is the end of the week. Crazy. I plan in a classic size happy planner. However, if you are new to the world of decorative planning, you can apply what you kind of hear in these plan with me videos that I myself and other people do, and you can apply it to any kind of planner that there is. But I do a classic size happy planner because, well, why? You might want to know why. I like that they come off the discs. I generally like this setup quite a bit. It just works for me, and they have started making very neutral ones. These used to be colors here and quotes here and things here, and it's become much more neutral, and so I like it because it frees it up for the decorating. I asked my daughter what my planner spread should be this week. She inspired me a few weeks ago with puzzles, if you recall. If you didn't see that video, she said, "Do puzzles, Mom, because you love puzzles." And this was my spread. I even made the boxes look like puzzle pieces. It was kind of fun. So I said, "Okay, what do I do this week?" And she looked around my craft room and she said, "Have you done a bird spread before?" And I said, "No." And she said, "You have to, because I purposefully, maybe not purposefully, I don't know, but somehow I have ended up decorating my craft room with a lot of little birds." I'll put a few pictures of them up here for you if I haven't already, but yeah, I like birds. I do. I think they're really cute. So I'm doing birds, or as she calls them, burbs. I don't know. That's just what she does. And so I went online and I just found a bunch of free images of birds in clip art style. And, well, this is what I'm doing. Burbs. Birds. Burbs. You know what I mean. All right. And these are winter birds. My neighbor, I don't have a bird feeder because I don't know. I don't have a bird feeder. I need to get some bird feeders, but my neighbor has some awesome bird feeders set up, and I can see hers from my living room. And these are the birds that visit it, minus the owls. We have owls where we live. We can hear them all the time, but I've never actually seen one of them. But the rest of these guys, they are at her bird feeder all the time. This guy, the pelated, I'm not exactly sure how to pronounce it. The giant woodpecker, he's beautiful. Actually, we've got 2 or 3 of them. They're so big, so big. Anyway, so these are winter birds, so it's kind of a more subdued color scheme, not very bright like summery birds might be. So I thought I would also tie this with the same sticker book I used last week, which was Cosmic Watercolor. I still had it out on my desk from last week, and so I thought I'll do it again. Last week I did dragons in honor of my husband's birthday, and these kind of worked with it. And then I thought I'd also use the black and white book just because these are neutral. These are neutral. It made sense. So these are the 2 books I might pull from. And yeah. So question is, how do I put the birds on the bottom of the page and make them look like they belong there? And my thought was to use some washi. I originally thought I might just have them sitting on like the deck. And so I had this wood grain washi, but I don't think I'm going to go that way. I think I'm going to go with like snow-covered ground with bird seed on it, which makes this one not the one I use because this is the inverse. This would be, I need white with spots, not, white spots on a different color. And then these are all really similar. I don't know if you can see them very well here. I've got a silver spot, a gold, another gold, and another gold, but they're different sizes and for spacing. And so I'm not really sure how I'm going to lay these down. That's the end of my inspiration. Not sure what I'm going to do. All right, I'm gonna go out on a limb and try something I've never tried before. These are very skinny washies. Normally, if I want something to look organic, the way like the ground would, the snowy ground, I would tear my washi long ways. Let me show you on the wider washi. I would take my washi to make it look kind of organic, and I would tear it lengthwise like this so it doesn't have that hard edge, and then I would put that along the bottom of the page. But this washi is so skinny, that's really difficult to do. I wonder if I could make it go with this, though. I wonder if I could bring this stuff in. My thought was to just kind of dogpile the washi on top of each other. Sorry, layer the washi on top of each other. And maybe that's what I'll do. I don't know. Um, Well, that's kind of neat, actually. No, I think I'm just going to get rid of the thick one, and I am going to just layer these skinny washies. I might do it in smaller bits than I did up here in my little practice run, but I think this is kind of what I'm going for. This might end up looking absolutely horrible, but you never know till you try. That's the creative process. So I'm going to just kind of start spreading some washi down here to give myself an earth for these birds to stand on. Well, here's an example of somebody just totally changing her mind after she said what she was going to do and doing something totally different. Once I got laying the washi down, I was just feeling long strips, sort of like layers of snow, as opposed to the short strips just kind of randomly stacked on each other. I was just feeling it, and I don't hate it, actually. Um, I don't hate it. I think it kind of makes up for the non-organicness. I think. Not really sure. I may still add some smaller strips, but for now, I think this will do. I don't know. What do you think? I think it's not bad. I think it's not perfection, but I think it's not bad. I hate that I didn't stack them right evenly, but that's okay. It's okay. So, I mean, I could still come back and add like I could add like a smaller, let me get a smaller strip of this and see how I like it. So I could add like a smaller strip in here like this and just kind of stack it a little bit differently and add some more silver. And I only had one silver, but 3 golds. So, I kind of don't mind it. I kind of think it's kind of cute. I mean, it's like custom polka dot washi. You know what I mean? So I'm okay with it. I kind of like it. So yeah, I could just go to town with this. This could be my whole creative process right here. Oh goodness. Finding the ends of washi is always the worst part of washi. But I guess it's that way with all tapes, right? When you use like duct tape, it's so hard to find the ends of it. Yeah, I think that's kind of cute. I don't think I like this one in particular. I think I use a different one, but I do kind of think it's cutish. So there we go. I did my own little custom washi, and I kind of like it. Ta-da! All right. Well, that'll do for now. And it's supposed to look like snow-covered ground with like seed and other things that birds might go for on the ground. All right. I'm going to do some function, I think, and then I'm going to come back and put birds. So I'm going to go function first, then birds. Somewhere in there will be some quotes. I don't know what that order will be, but yeah. So if you have not watched my videos before, number one, thank you for returning into my video today. And if you like what you see, give me a thumbs up. And if you want to see more, give me a subscribe. And that goes for you who've seen my videos before. I was looking at the demographics and I noticed that over half of the people who click on my videos are not subscribed. So please subscribe. It's awesome. It's helpful to me and it doesn't hurt you a bit. Anyway, thank you for watching. And what I like to do for my functionality part to make it a little easier is two things. One, I have Post-its for reoccurring events. And two, I have icons. Some things I have Post-its and icons. Some are just icons, some are just Post-its. You'll see. But these are the two things that jog my memory for most of what I need to do in my week. For instance, trash night. I have to put my trash out on Monday. They pick it up on Tuesday morning. And I would normally move this to next Monday, and it would be a great demonstration, except that this is the end of the month, so I don't have it yet. But pretend this is Monday. I will pull all of them off of there later and move them to the next week. But then I go in and I grab an icon sticker for my trash can and just put it, I'm going to put it here. I might put a bird or something there. Or in my daughter's words, burb. Pardon me. My alarm is going off. It's time to go switch out the laundry. I'll be right back. Yes, I am a multitasker. I am planning and, flipping laundry at the same time. I had to pull the laundry out of the washer to put it in the dryer and put the next load in. I have to set an alarm for myself. By the way, for us, shot night or trash night is also shot night for a member of the family who has to take a shot once a week. And so I always just put another little sticker for that. But yeah, I have to set an alarm for my laundry or I won't remember to switch it over because our laundry is in the basement and I won't remember. And then it'll get sour and I'll have to wash it again. And then I'll forget again and I'll have to wash it a third time. And it's a dreadfully painful process. So I have to set an alarm so I remember. All right, that is for my son's soccer game that he plays at the Community Soccer League. I will take these stickers. I'm going to put 2 down, even though it is highly possible we will not play on Friday night. We kind of have not agreed to play every other week, but it kind of has come out that we play every other week. And we will be playing the week before this one. So it is possible, probable even, that we won't play. But I can just lift that sticker or cross it off and say canceled. For instance, this week I just moved it to a different night, that kind of thing. You just go with it. It's not that deep if your sticker's in the wrong place. I do want to mark that on the 1st of the month, we like to do the flea and tick medications for the critters. I will get a music note, but I'm going to hold on to it because that's a bigger thing I need to mark. These I use for if somebody's flying out or in somewhere, but nobody is. These I use for unusually early mornings, but I don't have any. And these I will get to in a minute as well. So I'm going to leave these out and put the rest of these back in my fancy schmancy Ziploc. Now, these 2 Post-its can be moved to next week, or in this case, to the page I don't use. I don't use the currently pages, and I'll move them to next week later. And then these 2 I don't have icons for, so I will either mark those with a box or a highlighter. So I guess I should decide which I want to use. I think I'll end up using a highlighter for these 2, but I want to use a box for something we have on Saturday. On Saturday, my husband is going to be working almost all day. Look, I could put these in there too. I could put some little schmutzy things. Sorry, I got completely distracted. Squirrel. I could put these here too and add to my ground. Okay, I'm going to come back to these. Those are going in. Black, probably not, but those schmutzy ones, yes. Anyway, back to real life. My husband will be working all day Saturday. He will work 5 of the next 4 Saturdays. And when I say all day, I mean he'll be there at 7 a.m. and he won't go home until 5 or 6 at night. He has what is called solo ensemble contest. So he's a music teacher, middle school and high school. So all of his students, a bunch of his students at least, will learn solos or small ensembles, and then they take them to contest, and then they play for a judge and get a score and all that good stuff. It's actually a very good process. it's as good for you as a learner, not even just as a musician, but just as a growth mechanism, as like speech classes. So I love that he does that, but it is a lot. It is exhausting, and he won't be here all day long on Saturday for the next 5 Saturdays. But I put a little music note there because that is a music thing. And then I was going to put these two with some highlighters. So I don't want this to sound wrong because this could sound sadness. But when I was imagining winter birds, I was imagining a muted kind of color scheme, almost depressing, if you will. Um, Not because I want to be depressed and not because I am depressed, but just because winter can be depressing and the color of the sky and the outside and all that can be depressing. And so I just kind of wanted to honor that and be honest about that and not pretend about that. I mean, there's nothing wrong if you don't want to do that. If you want to do a bright, colorful spread, go for it. I'm trying to decide which color highlighter to use now. Sorry, my pages are all getting mixed up. So I just wanted to kind of keep it muted, and I don't want to use the word depressing, but sort of depressing. Just to, and I feel like if I do that, the muted stuff with what I do, then these birds, who honestly, they're not muted and they're not depressing. They're beautiful. And that's part of why we notice them in the winter, right? I want them to stand out as opposed to this stuff to stand out. So, because they're not depressing. They're gorgeous and they're so sweet and they're so happy and they're so fun and they're so the like only color outside right now. So even the ones that look like this are colorful. All right, so let's move on. So what I also do, if you haven't watched my channel before, is I print out a Google Calendar of the things we have going on this week. And so I will be glancing at that over at the side to help me fill this out. So I have a committee meeting after school. I may end up just using one color hider. Well, yeah, I'm going to use both. Sorry. I don't know. I'm going to stick with this one because I like it. I have a committee meeting after school on Monday, so I'm going to put that in here. What else do I need to put? I already have my son's soccer game. I do want to add some highlighter there to write on. So this is the icon, but then this will say soccer, and this will say the time. So that goes with that. I also need to mark that Wednesday is my mother-in-law's birthday. Is that right? Wednesday? Yes, Wednesday is my mother-in-law's birthday. We need to call her. Now I could do that with highlighter. I could do that with a box, but I'm probably going to do that with a dot marker. One of my absolute favorite planning tools are dot markers because you can make a little dot and you can check things off through the dot when you finish. For instance, rehearsals, dot, checked it off when it was finished. I love these. And so we will have to give her a call. Not have to, that sounds wrong. We will get to have a conversation with her on Wednesday for her birthday. And so I'll put a little dot there and I will mark that so that we will give her a call. In addition, since I'm on birthdays, Friday is my nephew's birthday. My nephew, whose mother, my husband's sister, passed away several years ago. Nope, that's not true. She passed away just under a year ago. And so he's young, he's 16, and to not have his mother is hard. And so we always want to acknowledge moments in his life kind of the way that she would have if she were still here. So we will definitely call him, send him a card, all that good stuff. There's a cat hair stuck under there. So that is my nephew's birthday since I'm on birthdays. My daughter has an appointment on Thursdays, so I want to put that in. She also will have a work schedule that I want to put in, but I don't know it yet, so I can't put that in. That's what one of the icons I didn't use was for. She is also traveling to see some friends over the weekend. So I'm going to want to mark that with some washi. What washi should I use? I could go to this one that I didn't use. I could go to this one that I didn't even have pulled out. This one is such an interesting, odd color. It's like taupe and gray and purple all together. And then it's got that hollow line on it. I could use that. It kind of matches this highlighter. All right, I'm going to get a fresh end of this, and that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to tear a bit of this. When something lasts more than a day, I like to use, I prefer to use washi to kind of spread the event visually over the multiple days in my planner. And so that's what I will do here, or here, or here, or here. Let's go here from the top. That's not how I normally do it, but I don't want everything in that top box. I don't want everything in these top boxes, so I'm going to put it here. And then I am going to layer that with some of this, I think. I think I'll go with this one here. Why? I don't know. Am I going to layer it? Is that going to look weird? I don't know. Let's try it. You don't know until you try. So what if I take you and I go like so, and then I tear you like so. I think I tore you a little too early, but that's okay. That's not bad. And then I can write above it where she is going and when she's going. I also do want to mark that my husband is staying after school every day this week to practice for these. So not only does he work all day Saturday, but he stays after school until 6 or 7 at night every night practicing with students. It's a lot. It's a lot. And I want to mark those all the same as each other. And so I might use a box. I could use these boxes, but I hate them because here's why I hate these kind of boxes. What in the world is the point of a white box? You can't see it on the paper. Like the little gray edge, that's cute. That's fine. Whatever. And I could just use that much of it. And maybe that's what I'll do. But yeah, that's what I am going to do. Actually, I've just decided. the white box part, I just cannot stand. I just cannot stand it. So yeah, I'm going to use these in a way that I've not done, and I'm going to try them. So I'm just going to cut. I don't know if you can see this sticker really well. There's a very faint gray section of the sticker, and it goes at a diagonal like that, and then the rest of this is just. Oh, look, this one's shorter. I didn't even know because they're white. I couldn't see. So yeah, I have to remember to eat dinner. He'll get mad at me if he comes home and I haven't eaten, which very often happens because he is the cook. I am not the cook. And I don't like preparing food. And so if he's not home, I often forget. So that was TMI about me. But that's what this will be partially a reminder for. Partially that he won't be there, partially that I have to walk the dogs, and partially that I have to eat. And maybe I'll even cook something and prepare it for him. Wouldn't that be a surprise? That'd be such a surprise. Unless he watches this video, and then it's not a surprise. But those will mark his rehearsals that he has. And since my little music note icon stickers are too big, I could just put a little music note in here. Just to add to that gray texture so you see it a little bit more. It definitely is there. I don't know if it comes across on video. In real life, I can see it relatively well. And so those I will write that he will be staying after school. I also need a steps box while I have this out. And I wanted to use these gold ones. Where did they go? There they are. So I want to pull the gold that I have in this washi into the spread. I don't really need this little tab top thing, so I'm just going to cut that straight. Whoop, it's gone. And I'll put steps. Well, here's where I need to think of some birds and some quotes. Let me hold on to this. So I could use a quote up here. I generally like to do that. I don't know what I'm looking for. What do you look for in inspirational quotes? I do love inspirational quotes. When I was young, they were kind of like, it's kind of this cool thing, like this. I don't remember the name of the company, but there was some store that was in the malls and it came out with these very pretty framed inspirational quotes, and they had like landscapes and stuff. And that was really the first time I'd seen that done anywhere that wasn't in like a greeting card. And now they're everywhere. Like people see them all the time. But back then it was kind of an oddity, kind of a new thing. So I'm going to go like this. Try to get you straight. And I shall go like this. And there we go. And then I will cut off these edges. Zoop, zoop. And there we go. Yeah, it's all right. This looks like it's floating in air, but I'm going to end up putting a bird there. So let's just go ahead and choose a bird for there. So we need a bird sitting there chewing on the seed on the snow. So we'll put a bird here. And let's get one more little bird. Let's do yellow bird. Oh no, he looks just like him. I don't want him again. He's not just like him, but he looks like him. Let's do this little bird. So they are friends, just so you know. They like each other. I want to put this down here. I could have it sitting on the ground, but I don't want to. I want him floating up kind of like this. And then I don't like him floating in the ground, so I'm going to make myself a little post out of some washi. And so I'm just going to cut this wood grain washi into a strip of some sort. About that wide, I think. I don't cut straight very well, but I will do my best here. And then I'm going to put it behind here. And then I'm just going to take this to the bottom right now of the page. I may end up changing that and having it cut off in the snow somewhere, but for now that will do. So I do want to do the woodpecker because he's, like I said, he's my favorite in our neighborhood. And so I'm going to have him kind of sitting on this box right here. And then I want some flyers. So I've got a cardinal here. And since I have a flyer there, well, let's put more on the ground first and then we'll do more flyers. So I'm going to grab a few that I haven't put on the ground yet. Some of these birds I made doubles of. Some of them I only made one of. I just chopped another little guy's foot off. Oh my goodness. Okay. I need to slow down. I'm going to take my time now. Okay? Okay. Okay. So let's put a bird here. And let's put a little bird next to him. They're about to fight over some food. I don't know why they fight all the time. They should be nicer to each other. Silly birds. And put these two here. At this point, I'm just making this up. Like, I'm just putting birds down. It really doesn't matter that much where they go. What matters is that I don't chop off any more legs. Put you up a little bit higher. And you kind of down here. And he's kind of looking back at these guys like, what you doing? What you doing over there? And we'll let him, I already have him down here in a different place in a different orientation, but I'm going to put him on here because he's chubby and he's cute and I like him and I'm not going to cut off his beak. There we go. So I'm going to put him right here. trying not to space everybody perfectly evenly. And then I could put a few more flyers up. This is just the fun part, by the way. And I say that every week when I get to this part, but honestly, the whole thing is the fun part. That's kind of why we decorative plan, is the quote unquote fun part. This is what makes us enjoy using our planners. And so none of this is necessary. If you just have a planner and write your plans in it, you are good to go. This is the part that makes me go, oh, look at my cute little planner. Oh, look, I have a meeting I forgot about. So that is why I am a fan of the decorative planning. But again, this is just the fun part, sticking these birds down, right? Okay, so another thing that I like to do, think about, I don't know if this is true, but for me, I feel like it looks odd if I don't have something decorative touching something. It doesn't have to be decorative. It could be functional, but something touching every box. So like these two boxes are completely bare, and that bothers me. So what I think I'm going to do, so I'm just going to make myself a little mini scene here. Like, I don't know how it got here. How did this mini scene get here? What do you think? This is like up on a deck, or up on uh, a picnic table or something, right? So that's what this is. And so I'm just going to mimic what I did down below. And now I can put a few more birds. And so now it's just a little vignette of birds right there, which, yeah, I like it. I could do that again on Thursday. This box looks odd and out of place. I don't think I like it. I know I don't like it. Yes, I'm pulling him up and I'm replacing him. I think it's that turquoise. I don't think it looks right. And then I'm going to get this one that's much more subdued, I think. And then I can put you on it. But then I won't have room to write there. Okay, he's going to have to go somewhere else. I know what I want to do. I want to put the woodpecker over here, where the blue jay is. That's just what I want to do. And so that's what I'm going to do. I want him here. Like he's on like a tree trunk, right? Mr. Blue Jay may not come back in. And I'm okay with that, because blue jays are mean. They're mean. I don't need him in there. He's mean. Now, this box I said was for steps. I'm going to get the sheet I've already pulled from. And so I'm going to take this box, this steps label, and put it here. And then I'm going to take my dot marker. I have so much stuff. Things are falling off my desk. And I'm going to make a dot for every day of the week. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And that will be for steps. And then my last thing that I know of I need to do is my to-do lists. So you could look at this page and think, oh, she's got so much space for to-do lists. Kinda, but not actually. In actuality, this is not going to be enough room for to-do lists. And so what I like to do is to have separate to-do lists that live in my planner. So these are punched the same way Happy Planner are. They are not Happy Planner brand. They happen to be Tool brand, but that doesn't make a difference. Trust me. I mean, unless you're like brand loyal for some reason, but I'm not brand loyal with much of anything in my life. But I will just take these and I'll make myself some to-do lists to go into my planner. I really enjoy this system. You don't need to have everything on your page. Now, some people, if you don't like what I do, some people like to have more than one planner. They'll have one for to-do lists and one for activities and appointments. That's not how I function, so I don't do that, but that is another option if you don't like this. Or if you write small enough and you can make it work, put your plans right in your page. It's fine. I just don't. I don't write small enough and I don't have enough space. All right, so then these will live in there, and I usually like to decorate them to go with my planner. I'm going to put this owl like this, Nope. I'm going to do it like this. No, I want to see his feet a little bit. So I'm going to go like this on my home to-do list because I don't need as much space for that. And for this one, since I will need more space, I'm going to put this little owl because owls are wise and we get wise at school, right? I'm trying to pretend it makes sense. And so now these kind of go with the theme while they sit inside my planner. And I will repunch that mushroom hole where my sticker went over it when I repunch the mushroom holes where my washi went over it. And so now these are my to-do lists. And again, I will use my dot markers and I will just make my to-do list. And as things get finished, I will cross them off. This, my friends, is my spread. So thank you so much for watching. I'm so glad I replaced that box. That looks so much better, doesn't it? Yes. Thank you for watching. Like I said earlier, if you like what you saw, please give me a thumbs up. And if you haven't done so yet, please give me a subscribe. It costs you nothing, but it helps me out, and I would appreciate it greatly. And it'll let you know when my videos come out sooner. So there you go. It's for you too. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a great week. Enjoy the birds if they're in your part of the neck of the woods. Surely there are some. And yeah, stay safe, stay healthy, and happy planning. Bye-bye.